he's gone running. If he wants to come back, he can come back, but I swear to God, his day will come.
Conor McGregor, ladies and gentlemen.
Conor McGregor might be one of the richest athletes in the world, but he might be losing what used to make him the scariest fighter in the UFC. In a comeback match against Dustin Poirier at the UFC 257, McGregor suffered a humiliating loss at Abu Dhabi. The match took place on the 24th of January in Abu Dhabi, marking the UFC's first pay-per-view card of 2021. Both fighters, who were both lightweights, fought at 155 pounds. Even though McGregor had appeared to be in control in the first round, he was overwhelmed in the second round by Poirier with a barrage of leg kicks and head punches, which ultimately threw McGregor to the ground. The fight happened to be one of the most anticipated events of 2021, and it was of course not short of surprises, with the biggest surprise being McGregor's loss. It is quite ridiculous when you remember that McGregor claimed that he could defeat his opponent in 60 seconds. In an interview before the fight, he had said, "I got him out of there in 90 seconds the first time, so I'm not that far off. That's a complete confidence in my preparation and my abilities." Unfortunately, as you already know, he lost the fight, and this caused several celebrities to share their thoughts on the career of Conor, and also praised the performance of Dustin Poirier. Everything you need to know about the fight. This is not the first time both fighters will be going against each other in the ring. In 2014, Conor knocked out Dustin in 1 minute and 46 seconds via TKO. Also in 2020, Conor hoped to have a total of 3 fights. Instead, he ended up fighting for just 40 seconds in a fight against the already faded Donald Cerrone. Conor had also hoped for a rematch against Khabib Nurmagomedov, which would have gotten him closer to a UFC lightweight title. Unfortunately, the global health situation disrupted all of Conor McGregor's plans for 2020. Frustrated that he couldn't fight as much as he wanted to, McGregor announced on Twitter that he was retiring again. However, in 2021, he changed his mind and went back into the UFC, but it was not against Khabib Nurmagomedov, and it would have no title at stake. It was the same Dustin Poirier he defeated in 2014, but this isn't 2014, and Dustin has won 10 fights since his defeat in 2014. He has defeated some of the best in the UFC, which included Justin Gaethje, Dan Hooker, and Max Holloway. Conor also went on to become the biggest star in the history of the UFC, becoming the first fighter in the UFC to hold 2 belts simultaneously. This is exactly what makes his comeback defeat a major setback, as he is trying to reassert himself as the biggest star in the UFC. In the fight, Dustin Poirier knocked out McGregor halfway into the second round with a right-hand punch across his face. At first, it had appeared to be a harmless hit, but this knocked McGregor to the ground, and victory was announced a few seconds later. The round started with Dustin Poirier repeatedly kicking McGregor in his lead leg. This kick was so constant and regular that Daniel Cormier, the commentator, suggested that McGregor was dead in that leg already. Even though it initially appeared like Conor was in charge, with his strategy and landed punches, the injury leg could not allow him to do much. He eventually ran out of strength, and Dustin pushed him against the cage, where he finally won the fight. There's no doubt that this fight was a shock to Conor. He obviously didn't see those calf kicks coming. After the fight, Conor McGregor praised Dustin Poirier for his performance, and his coach mentioned that Conor would like to fight Dustin a third time. His coach, John Kavanagh, said to Ariel Helwani, "He's already harassing everybody to get the rematch, so we would love the rematch. I don't think Dustin is against that. Yeah, if we can get the rematch before the summer, that would be amazing." This match was Conor McGregor's first TKO loss in his 13-year career. In his post-fight news conference, he admitted, "My leg is completely dead. Even though it felt like I was checking him, it was just sinking into the muscle at the front of the leg, and it was badly compromised. I didn't adjust, and that's it. Fair play by Dustin. I'm very happy for him." Interestingly, the fight was also a major financial success. According to Sports Business Journal, the fight made around $1.6 million from pay-per-view buys, making it the second biggest pay-per-view fight in the history of the UFC. The biggest pay-per-view fight is the UFC 229, which also involved Conor McGregor in his fight against Khabib Nurmagomedov. It's quite ironic that even though Conor made around $2.4 million million in pay-per-view sales from the fight, he lost the fight to Khabib. Sport betting companies also made a huge cash out on the fight. Most bettors saw McGregor as the favorite to win the fight and would of course bet any amount to defend this choice. Sportbooks saw this and decided to play on it. McGregor opened at a minus 180 favorite. This meant that you would have to place a bet of $180 on McGregor to win $100. As the fight went on, the sportsbooks made the odds worse, even reaching a minus 340 favorite at some point. But bettors who believed in McGregor wouldn't give up, and this only increased the money that went into the pocket of the sport betting companies. Now that we know everything there is to know about the fight, let's take a look at what celebrities thought about the victory of Dustin Poirier. Reaction of celebrities to the defeat of Conor McGregor. There's one thing Conor McGregor fans believe in, and it is the fact that you win some battles and you lose some. Some fans even said that he took his defeat with dignity, like a man, and they are eager for his comeback. One of such fans is Justin Bieber, his longtime pal and fan. The pop star posted the picture of Conor holding the tricolor on Instagram with the caption, "Love this guy, win or lose." As you would expect, more than 2 million fans of Justin Bieber out of his 160 million followers agreed. Niall Horan, a former member of the band One Direction and longtime fan of the UFC, wrote on Twitter, "That was impressive at Dustin Poirier. Go again at the notorious MMA." Alistair Overeem also tweeted, "Solid performance by at Dustin Poirier. Congrats on the win. Rest up at the notorious MMA. Hope to see you in there soon. Hashtag UFC 257. While Horan, Overeem, and Bieber might have offered some sort of hope to the notorious MMA fighter, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar got in on the act and mocked Conor. She said Conor was saying he was going to KO Dustin first round and he couldn't even last. Such an unexpected fight. Someone then went ahead to ask the Congresswoman why she liked Conor. She replied, "Who told you I like Conor?" And then she added a funny-looking emoji. Another celebrity who mocked Conor McGregor was his longtime rival, boxing king Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather, who defeated McGregor in a 2018 match, said there was no way the fighter was going to reach his level. He even went as far as calling him Con Artist McLoser, a name which has stuck among Mayweather fans. He added, "Just know that bum will never be me or be my level. I'm just built different. My mindset is on another planet. My skills are second to none. I'm a natural-born winner, and yes, I talk a lot of trash. But every time, I back it up." Just around that same time period, a post began trending on Instagram which read, "Why is Floyd Mayweather hated for the way he carries himself, but Conor McGregor is loved for the same way he carries himself? Let's hear your thoughts." This obviously angered Mayweather, and he responded, "I seen this post, and my take on it is that the world knows Con Artist McLoser can steal everything from me and be loved, but I'm hated. That just lets you know that racism still exists. Just know that bum will never be me or be on my level. I'm just built different. My mindset is on another planet. My skills are second to none. I'm a natural-born winner, and yes, I talk a lot of trash, but every time I back it up. This is why they hate. It's sad that you can be a poor black kid from the ghetto that has dealt with racism your whole life and work extremely hard to put yourself and your family in a better position. And most of the hate comes from my own people." Conor cannot even win in his own sport, but talking about coming back to boxing to fight Pacquiao, nobody wants to see that. It's like my leftovers eating leftovers. Khabib Nurmagomedov also had something to say. He tweeted, "This is what happened. When you change your team, leave the sparring partners who made you champion and sparring with the little kids, far away from reality." Manny Pacquiao also used the opportunity to congratulate Dustin Poirier. He wrote on Twitter after the game, "Beautiful thing about the fight game, anything can happen. Congrats to at Dustin Poirier, huge win. Hashtag UFC 257. Jorge Masvidal also congratulated Dustin, saying, "I've known at Dustin Poirier since his first or second fight in the UFC, and so happy for him to be now one of the best fighters in the world. Hashtag UFC 257. Mike Swick did the same when he wrote, "Can't get much better than walking from the octagon to the locker room after a KO over Conor McGregor. Great job by Dustin. Hope he enjoys this moment." Aljamain Sterling was one of the MMA celebrities who remembered the calf kicks that sent McGregor to the floor. He said on Twitter, "Poirier reminding the world who he is. Very impressive performance from Dustin, especially utilizing those calf kicks. I don't think Conor realized what those felt like. Hashtag UFC 257. Well, Conor McGregor seems to have gotten over this defeat, as he already promised fans that there will be a next fight. Who will be his next rival? Would he run back into retirement if he loses this also? The coming months will surely be revealing. And with that, we wrap up this video. Thanks for watching.